Hi, in this video I will be practicing D major full range and A flat major full range with you. Make sure that you have your scale masters and also make sure that before watching this video you have reviewed the first video about F major, G major and E flat major. Alright, just like the past video, I'm going to be practicing all of these scales measure by measure at the beginning and then try to run through all of them with you guys. Okay, for D major, we have two sharps, which is F sharp and C sharp, just the pinky, or some of you might be using your right hand for C sharp. And we do not have a B flat. So just a reminder, we are just using our single thumb or B natural thumb. Avoid touching that other key. Alright, and also we do not have any E flats. That's another common mistake. So going from D to E natural, we need to raise our third finger on our right hand. Okay, wonderful. Now let's go ahead and practice D major, measure by measure. I will be playing each measure and then I want you to repeat after me. Before we start the scale, I just want to remind you that low D has the first finger on our left hand down and it sounds like so if you're getting a sound like this, any of those higher sounds, you are using too much air. Make sure that you are using slower and warmer air. Okay, wonderful. D major, measure by measure. Let me bring the metronome a little bit lower. Okay. Wonderful. If you have problems with any of these measures, make sure that you go ahead, stop the video, pause the video, and repeat that measure a few times. Alright, after you have played these measure by measure exercises a few times, the first time that you run through the whole scale, I want you to make sure you pay attention to two things. First, saving your breath and only taking a breath after the scale notes, which here are all those three different register Ds that we have. Also, the other thing is to make sure that you are tonguing up and tonguing down first, and then once you feel more comfortable, go ahead and start practicing the standard procedure that we always do in our band class. Tongue up and slare down. Alright. For now, I want you to only practice the whole scale, articulating every single note. Get ready? You want to play it while I am playing it. D major, all the way through. 1, 2, 1 and 2 and ready? Great, go ahead and practice it by yourself a few times if you need to. The next step, we are going to try the final version of playing D major, which is tonguing all the way up and making sure that we are slurring all the way down. All right, I'm going to put the metronome slightly faster. Just a reminder before, make sure that you're going from B natural to C sharp. 1, 2, ready. Wonderful. That's great. All right, you always can practice smaller sections if you're having trouble to do the snares. For example, you can only practice coming down on the higher register. And once you have gotten used to that, you can practice coming down all the way to lower D. Wonderful. The next scale for us is going to be A flat major. If you are using the full range scale sheet, you can find this scale on the back of the page just above the chromatic scale. For A flat major, we are going to have 4 flats. Make sure that you are saying the name of the flats in order after me. The first one is B flat, then going to an E flat, then coming down to an A flat, and then D flat. We want to review what these flats mean. The first one means that all the B's are going to be flat. So one easy way would be just using the B flat thumb for the whole scale. All right. So if you haven't gotten used to this, this is a great time to start trying. The next flat is E flat. So every time we have the E, we are going to use the normal E flat fingering that we have learned for this. The third flat is A flat. Think about A flat. What is the fingering for A flat? You're right. This is the fingering for A flat. It's like a G with pinky, and of course right hand pinky in order to hold the instrument better. And the last flat is going to be D flat. D flat, or its other name C sharp, is a note where we are only using our right hand pinky. No keys pressed down. Some of you might have learned it with your right hand down, which that is also fine, but eventually you need to be able to use both fingerings for that. All right, concert A flat major, measure by measure. Wonderful. Now we want to play the whole scale. This time I'm going to skip the step where I was tonguing all the way up and down and just go to the finalized version. Before that, some of you might have forgotten the fingerings for the higher notes. Okay, it's a good idea to go ahead and check the fingerings with your fingering chart and make sure that you know how to play a high D flat, which is just like the lower D flat, going to an E flat, which is going to be all the fingers down, including both pinkies. Then F, which is like lower Fs with our second finger up, going to a G, and going to a high A flat, which is going to be only these 3 fingers on our left hand. All right, the difference between a lower A flat is going to be the first 2 fingers coming up. So this is the sound of a high A flat. All right, so be ready to play concert A flat major. Before this, if you had any problems with any of those measures, go ahead, pause the video and go practice those measures by themselves. Concert A flat major. Great. Anytime you want to practice more on these scales, it's a good idea to watch these videos and play along with me, because measure by measure practice is the best way that we can really master these scales in a very short time. All right, I see you in the next video.